Hello, and welcome back to Learn English Hub. I am so happy to be here with you today for another cozy episode. I hope you are sitting comfortably, maybe with a nice cup of tea or coffee, ready to relax and listen.
Hello, everyone. It is great to see you. Or, I should say, it is great to talk to you all again. I have my warm coffee right here, and I am very excited about today's topic because it is something every student asks about.
Yes, it is the number one question we get at the Learn English Hub. Today, we are going to talk about how to think in English. It sounds like magic, doesn't it, Daniel?
It really does sound like magic, Emma. Many beginners think that thinking in English is only for advanced people, or for people who have lived in London or New York for 10 years. But that is not true at all.
Exactly. That is a big myth. You can start thinking in English from the very first day. In fact, if you start early, your learning will be much faster and much easier. So, Daniel, why is this topic so important for our listeners?
Well, let's think about how most people learn. Usually, a student sees a word in English, and then they translate it into their own language to understand it. Then, when they want to speak, they think of the sentence in their language, and they try to translate it back into English.
That sounds very exhausting. It is like doing a math problem every time you want to say, hello, or how are you? It takes a lot of energy, and it makes you speak very slowly.
Yes, it is exactly like math. And the problem is, languages are not math. If you translate word for word, the sentence often sounds strange or wrong. We want our listeners to stop translating and start thinking directly.
That is the goal. We want to remove the middle step. We want you to see an object and think of the English word immediately. So, today we are going to share very simple steps to help you do this.
These are steps you can do at home, alone, in your car, or even in the shower. You do not need a teacher for these steps. You just need your brain and a little bit of patience.
I love that. Let's start with the most basic level. Imagine our listener is an absolute beginner. What is the very first thing they should do?
The first step is very simple. We call it naming your environment. You look around the room you are in right now, and you name the objects you see in English.
That sounds fun and easy. So if I am in my kitchen, I look at the machine that makes coffee, and I think, coffee maker. I do not think the word in my language. I just look and think, coffee maker.
Exactly, Emma. You look at the table and you think, table. You look at the window and you think, window. It is important to do this simply. Do not try to make a sentence yet, just the words.
I used to do this with sticky notes. When I was learning a new language, I put sticky notes on everything in my house, on the mirror, on the door, on the fridge. It really helped me remember.
I can imagine your house covered in yellow paper. But that is a fantastic technique. It connects the object directly to the English word. Your brain stops needing the translation.
So, that is step 1. Look around you and name 10 things. Chair, phone, hand, book. Do this every day, maybe when you wake up or when you go to work.
Yes, it is a great habit. Now, once you are comfortable with single words, we can move to step 2. Step 2 is using simple phrases or collocations.
Collocations is a fancy word. Can you explain what that means for our beginners? We promised no complex grammar today.
You are right. Sorry. A collocation is just words that naturally go together. So, instead of just thinking tea, you think hot tea. Or instead of book, you think interesting book.
I see. So we are adding just one adjective or one small word. We are painting a better picture. Blue sky, cold water, fast car.
Exactly. This helps your brain learn that English words have friends. They like to hang out with other words. And it is still very simple. You are not making a full sentence yet.
I like this because it is not scary. If I try to say a long sentence, I might get nervous. But hot coffee is easy. I can think hot coffee while I am drinking it.
Precisely. And you should do this throughout your day. When you put on your shoes, think brown shoes or running shoes. When you open the door, think open door.
This is really about mindfulness, isn't it? It is about being present in the moment and using English to describe that moment. It feels very calm.
It is very calm. There is no pressure to be perfect. If you don't know the word, don't worry. You can look it up later. Just use the words you know.
Okay, so we have single words and we have small phrases. What happens next? When can we start making sentences?
Step 3 is making very simple sentences using the verb to be or simple verbs. We keep it strictly to subject, verb, and object.
So, something like, I am happy, or the table is big. Very short, very clear.
Yes. Look at the room again. Instead of just table, think the table is white. Instead of just coffee, think I drink coffee.
I drink coffee. That is a perfect sentence. It has a subject, me, it has a verb, drink, and it has an object, coffee. It is grammatically correct and very useful.
And the key here is to say it to yourself, inside your head, or even out loud if you are alone. I sit down. I stand up. I open the book.
I think speaking out loud is actually very helpful. It helps your ears hear the English. But if you are on the bus, maybe just think it. You don't want people to look at you strangely.
That is true. If you are on the bus, keep it in your head. The bus is full. The man is tall. But if you are at home, say it loud. Get your mouth muscles moving.
You know, Daniel, sometimes beginners feel silly doing this. They feel like children. But isn't that how children learn?
That is exactly how children learn. They point at things and say the name. They narrate their lives. Mommy, look, a dog. Or, I am hungry. We need to copy children. They are the best language learners in the world.
That is such a good point. We need to be playful. We need to stop being serious adults for a moment and just play with the language.
Yes. So, step 3 is simple sentences. Describe what is happening right now. Not yesterday, not tomorrow, just right now. I am talking. I am listening.
Okay, I am doing it right now. I am thinking, I am holding my microphone. I am looking at Daniel. It actually feels quite nice. It stops me from worrying about other things.
See? It is relaxing. Now, let's move to step 4. This is where it gets a little more interesting. We call this the narrator.
The narrator. That sounds like a movie. Like the voice in a movie that tells the story.
Yes. Imagine you are the main character in a movie about your life. You need to narrate everything you are doing. It is a continuous story.
Can you give us an example? Let's say you are making breakfast. How would you narrate that in English?
Okay, so I walk into the kitchen. I would think, I go to the kitchen. I am hungry. I want eggs. I take the eggs from the fridge. I take a pan. I put the pan on the stove. I cook the eggs.
Wow, that is a lot of English. But all the sentences were very short. You didn't use big words. You just described the actions step by step.
Exactly. I did not say, I am preparing a delicious culinary feast. No, I said, I cook eggs. Keep it simple. The goal is flow. Don't stop to think, just keep the words coming.
And what if I don't know a word? For example, what if I want to say stove, but I don't know the word stove? Should I stop and look at my dictionary?
That is a great question. No, do not stop. If you stop, you break the flow. You stop thinking in English and start thinking about the dictionary.
So what should I do instead?
You should use a different word, a simpler word. If you don't know stove, maybe you know fire, or hot machine, or just cooker. Or just point at it and say, here. I put the pan here.
That is very clever. So we work around the problem. We don't let one missing word stop our story. That gives you so much confidence.
Yes, confidence is key. You realize that you can communicate even if your vocabulary is small. You can still tell the story of your breakfast.
I love the narrator technique. I think I will try that when I walk my dog later. I walk the dog. The dog smells a tree. The dog is happy.
Yes, the dog sees a cat. The dog barks. It is perfect practice. And because it is real life, you will remember these words much better than if you just read them in a book.
This connects to something else important: feelings. Step 5 is about thinking about your feelings and emotions in English.
This is a very powerful step. Usually our emotions are very connected to our native language. But if you can label your feelings in English, the language becomes part of you.
So, if I am feeling tired after work, I should acknowledge that in English. I should think, I am so tired.
Yes, or I am excited. I am bored. I am hungry. These are very human, basic things. If you connect English to your physical feelings, it sticks in your brain.
It makes the language feel real. It is not just a subject at school. It is a tool to express who I am. I am happy because the sun is shining.
Beautiful. I am happy because the coffee is good. Start with the simple emotions. You don't need to explain the philosophy of your life, just how you feel right now.
Daniel, I want to talk about a common problem. Sometimes students try to think in English, but they try to translate idioms from their own language.
Oh, that is a classic mistake. For example, in some languages, you might say, I have hunger. But in English, we say, I am hungry.
Yes, or in Spanish, you have years. I have 20 years. But in English, you are 20 years old. If you translate literally, it sounds wrong.
This is why thinking in English is better than translating. If you learn I am hungry as a complete phrase, you don't need to think about the grammar of have versus am. You just feel the hunger, and you say, I am hungry.
So, we should learn phrases as whole blocks. We shouldn't cut them into little pieces. Just memorize the whole chunk.
Exactly. Chunks are your best friends. How are you is a chunk. I don't know is a chunk. See you later is a chunk. Don't analyze them. Just use them.
This makes it much less stressful. I don't need to be a grammar expert. I just need to collect these chunks and use them when I need them.
Absolutely. And you know, Emma, another great way to practice thinking in English is to make plans.
Make plans? You mean like planning my weekend?
Yes. When you wake up in the morning, think about your day. First, I will brush my teeth. Then, I will eat breakfast. After that, I will take the bus.
Oh, I like that. It helps you practice the future tense, but in a very natural way. I am going to work. I will call my friend.
And again, keep it simple. If you don't know how to say, I have a dentist appointment at 2 p.m., just say, I go to the doctor at 2. It is close enough.
Close enough is a great motto for beginners. We are not aiming for perfection. We are aiming for communication.
Exactly. Perfection is the enemy of fluency. If you wait until you are perfect, you will never speak. You have to be okay with making mistakes.
And when you think in your head, nobody hears your mistakes. It is a safe space. You can make 1,000 mistakes inside your head, and nobody will judge you.
That is the best part. It is private practice. You can experiment. You can try a sentence, realize it sounds weird, and try again. It is your own private laboratory.
I love that image. My brain is a laboratory. Daniel, what about when we are listening to things, like this podcast? How can our listeners use this podcast to think in English?
That is a wonderful question. When you listen to us, try not to translate what we are saying. Just let the sounds wash over you. Focus on the key words.
So if I say, the big red bus, don't translate red and bus into your language. Just imagine a picture of a red bus in your mind.
Yes, visualize. Visualization is the key to thinking in English. When you hear apple, see a red fruit. Do not see the word in your language. See the picture.
This is very helpful. Pictures are universal. The word changes, but the picture is the same. So connect the English word to the picture.
You can practice this with Google Images. Search for a word in English and look at the pictures. Do not look at the translation. Just look at the images.
That is a great tip for vocabulary. If you learn a new word, draw a little picture next to it in your notebook. Do not write the translation.
Yes, if you write the translation, your brain will always rely on it. It is like training wheels on a bicycle. You need to take the training wheels off eventually.
Drawing pictures is fun too. Even if you are bad at drawing, like me. My cats look like potatoes.
A potato cat sounds very cute, but it works. Your brain remembers the effort you made to draw the picture.
Let's recap what we have discussed so far, because we have covered a lot of ground today.
Yes, let's review the levels of thinking in English.
Level 1. Naming objects. Look around and label things. Cup, desk, sky.
Level 2. Collocations. Add a descriptive word. Hot tea. Blue sky. My desk.
Level 3. Simple sentences. Subject, verb, object. I drink tea. I see the sky.
Level 4. The narrator. Tell the story of your day as it happens. I am walking to the train. I am opening the door.
And Level 5. Feelings. Connect English to your emotions. I am happy. I am tired.
And the golden rule for all of these levels? Do not translate. Visualize pictures. And do not worry about being perfect.
It sounds so manageable when you break it down like that. It is not a mountain to climb. It is just small steps to take every day.
Exactly. You can do this while you are waiting in line at the supermarket. Look at the basket. Milk. Bread. Green apples. The line is long. I am tired.
That is a very realistic example. The line is long is a sentence I think very often.
Me too. And by doing that, you turn a boring moment into a learning moment. You are studying English, but you are not sitting at a desk with a boring textbook.
That is the secret to getting fluent. You have to make English a part of your life, not just a subject you study.
You know, Emma, there is one more thing I want to mention. It is about consistency.
Consistency is everything. It is better to do this for 5 minutes every day than for 2 hours once a week.
Absolutely. Your brain is a muscle. If you want it to be strong in English, you need to exercise it a little bit every single day.
So, here is a challenge for our listeners. Today, after you finish listening to this podcast, pick 5 objects in your room and name them in English.
Just 5. That is easy. And then try to make one simple sentence about what you are doing. Just one.
I'm listening to a podcast. There you go. You did it. You are thinking in English.
It really is that simple. And the more you do it, the faster it becomes. One day you will realize that you didn't translate. You just understood.
That is a magical feeling. The first time you understand a joke in English, or you dream in English.
Oh, dreaming in English. That is the ultimate sign. When you dream in English, you know it is deep in your subconscious.
But don't worry if you don't dream in English yet. That takes time. Just focus on the awake time for now.
Yes, focus on the coffee and the breakfast first. The dreams will come later.
Daniel, do you remember when you were learning a second language? Did you talk to yourself?
Oh, constantly. I learned French in school, and I used to walk down the street talking to myself in French. People probably thought I was crazy.
But did it help?
Immensely. It helped me find the gaps. I would try to say something and realize, oh, I don't know the word for sidewalk. So then I would go home and look it up.
That is the gap method. You find the hole in your knowledge and you fill it. But you only find the hole if you try to speak or think.
Exactly. If you stay silent, you never know what you don't know. So you have to be curious. Be active.
And be kind to yourself. I think that is so important. Learning a language is hard. It is a long journey.
It is a marathon, not a sprint. So celebrate the small wins. If you remembered the word for spoon today, that is a victory. Be proud of it.
Spoon. What a funny word. Spoon. Sometimes English words sound very strange if you say them too many times.
All words are strange if you look at them long enough. But that is the fun of it. Explore the sounds. Enjoy the rhythm of the language.
Speaking of rhythm, listening to music is another way to help you think in English. If you have a song stuck in your head, you are technically thinking in English.
That is a great hack. Listen to English songs. Read the lyrics. Sing along. The melody helps you remember the words without translating them.
I learned so much vocabulary from pop songs. I learned heartbreak, forever, dance, party. Maybe not the most useful words for a business meeting, but good for life.
I want to dance with somebody is a very important sentence. But yes, music skips the logical brain and goes straight to the emotional brain. It helps with the chunks we talked about earlier.
So, we have visual cues, we have narration, we have feelings, and we have music. There are so many ways to bring English into your brain.
You don't need to live in an English-speaking country. You can build an English world right inside your own head.
I love that idea. Building an English world inside your head. You are the architect. You can design it however you want.
and we are here to help you build it. That is why we created Learn English Hub, to give you the bricks and the tools.
We are like your construction partners, but you have to do the building. We can't do the thinking for you.
That is true. We can speak English to you, but only you can think English in you.
Oh, that was very poetic, Daniel. Only you can think English in you. I like that.
Thank you, thank you. I try my best.
Before we finish, I want to address one more fear: the fear of being slow. Beginners often feel that thinking in English makes them slow to respond.
It does at the beginning. That is the reality. If you are constructing the sentence from scratch, you will be slower than if you just translated a memorized phrase. But the slowness is temporary. It is an investment. If you keep translating, you will always be slow. You hit a speed limit. But if you learn to think in English, eventually you will be as fast as a native speaker.
So, you have to accept being slow now to be fast later.
Exactly. It is like learning to type. If you hunt and peck with 2 fingers, you are fast at first. But if you want to type really fast, you have to learn the proper way. It is slower at the beginning, but much faster in the end.
That is a perfect analogy. Don't be a 2-finger typist with your English. Learn the proper way. Learn to think.
Be patient. Give yourself time. Don't rush. The person you are talking to will wait. It is okay to pause.
You can even use filler words while you think. You can say, or let me see, or well.
Yes, using English filler words is a great trick. Instead of making a sound from your native language, use an English sound. You know?
It signals to the other person, I'm still speaking English, I am just thinking.
And it keeps your brain in English mode. If you make a sound from your own language, your brain switches back. Keep the channel open.
Keep the channel open. I like that. Imagine your brain is a radio. Stay tuned to the English station. Don't change the frequency.
Even if there is some static, even if the signal is weak, stay on the station. It will get clearer.
We have given our listeners a lot of homework today, but fun homework.
The best kind of homework. Homework that involves snacks and comfortable chairs and looking out the window.
I wish my math teacher gave me homework like that. Look out the window and count the birds.
Describe the cloud. Yes, language learning should be a joy. It opens up the world.
It really does. So, let's do a quick final review of the key vocabulary we used today, just to make sure everyone understood.
Good idea. We used the word translate. That means changing a word from one language to another.
We used collocation. That means words that naturally go together, like fast food or make the bed.
We used narrate to tell a story or describe events as they happen.
And we talked about context, understanding the situation to help you guess the meaning.
And finally, chunk, a group of words you learn as one unit.
Perfect. If you remember those 5 concepts, you are ready to start thinking in English.
And remember, you can re-listen to this podcast as many times as you want. Repetition is very good for your brain.
Yes, listen to it while you cook, while you drive, while you clean. Let our voices become your English thoughts.
We would be honored to be the voices in your head. That sounds a little creepy, but you know what I mean.
In a good way, in a helpful, educational way.
Well, Emma, I think my coffee is finished, and I think we have covered the topic very well.
I think so too. I hope our listeners feel inspired and ready to try these techniques.
I am sure they are. Our listeners are fantastic. They are motivated and smart.
They really are. Now, before we go, we have a small favor to ask you.
If you enjoyed this episode, and if you found it helpful, please subscribe to the Learn English Hub channel.
Yes, hit that red subscribe button. It really helps us create more content for you. And please click the like button, the thumbs up.
And we want to hear from you. Please leave a comment below. Tell us, what is one object in your room right now? Name it in English in the comments.
Oh, I love that idea. Look around, pick one thing, and write the word in the comments. Let's make a long list of vocabulary together.
Maybe you see a lamp. Maybe you see a cat. Maybe you see a sandwich. Tell us.
We read every single comment, and we love seeing your progress. You are part of our community, and we appreciate you so much.
We really do. Thank you for spending your time with us today. We know you are busy, so it means a lot that you chose to learn English with us.
Remember, practice a little bit every day. Talk to yourself. Name your world. Be the narrator of your life.
And don't translate. Think directly. Trust your brain. You can do this.
You absolutely can. We believe in you.
Have a wonderful day or a wonderful evening wherever you are in the world.
Keep practicing, keep smiling, and keep learning.
See you in the next episode.
Bye, everyone.